Right. So this one is figure number 14 on the document for the exercises. So number one, we said you're supposed to draw the skeleton first before you do anything. You draw the skeleton. These are the center lines. And then it says there it's 70 from that other side, from the left side to the center, and then also from the left side again to the last one is 130. So you're just gonna draw the first one right here. Secure that. So now once you map out your center lines, you won't have any problem completing that question. So it says 70 from that far left to the center. You simply measure 70 like that to the center. Then you draw like that. Okay. And then also from this one is 130 to the last one on your right, like that. And then it is also 40 millimeters below that center line. So I'm just gonna draw it like this, place it there. Just gonna draw it like that, and then we will measure 40 from there going down. Still the same thing. There it is. We're just gonna measure 40 from there going down. There it is. Move it to that point. Then you draw. Like that. Now that you have all your center lines, you can start with your circles, right? Now we're gonna start from the left, then we'll take it to the right. And then on your left, it says radius 15. Radius 15. So you measure 15, you open 15 on your compass. Like that. So now that one is an arc, it's a semicircle, right? It's just a semicircle. But then, like I said, a semicircle is also just a circle if you complete it, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a circle in a faint line, just a circle. So the part that is important there is from here to there. So we're just gonna draw a full circle for now. We'll deal with that one later. And then the middle part, you see there is diameter 60 and diameter 70. Now we're gonna start with diameter 70, that one, the very last arc there. Let's start with diameter 70. For diameter 70, you open 35, like this on your compass. In your compass, you open 35, if you wanna see it there. Then you're gonna place it right here, this second center, right there. And you're gonna draw also a faint circle, just like that. Draw a faint circle. And then right here, you have R15 again, right? Open 15. open 15. Place it right there. There you go. So right there is also just the part there that is important. But for now, let's keep it like that. Now, if you check, let's start on the left, then we'll take it to the right, right? Now, if you check there, there's a line going from here to there. It's just the tangent line, right? A line going from here to there. And then, okay, maybe let's start there. Let's just start on that one before we move on to another thing. So there's a line from here to there. There's a line from here to there. So like I said, I taught you how to draw a tangent line, right? How to draw a tangent line, an external tangent. That's what they call it. I think it's in figure 28, if I'm not mistaken. You'll correct me if I am. So it's figure 28 there, how to draw tangent line, an external tangent line. So step number 1 to drawing the tangent, you are going to bisect. Let's name this, right? Let's name this O1, and we name that O2, we name that O3, right? And then this one, I don't know if it's going to, okay, it's fine. Let's call this one maybe that is just going to be confusing. Okay, but it's fine. Maybe you'll just be remembering as I'm saying. It's fine. Let's call this O1, call that O2, call this O3, right? Now, step number 1, you are going to bisect line O1, O2, which is this distance right here, right? You're going to bisect it. Then when you bisect a line, we said you open more than half that line. So now, assuming that you don't know the distance from here to there, but then you can tell what more than half is, right? If you are measuring from here, you can tell that more than half would be something like that, isn't it? And then you draw an arc like this, just an arc, right? And then you take it to the other side, the other O2 or the other end, and then you draw the very same arc, right? Then you have to draw a perpendicular bisector like this, a perpendicular bisector like that, and that gives you a point M right there. Let's call this point M, right? Then you take your compass again. Now you're gonna place it at point M right there, and then you extend it to O1 or O2, whichever one you prefer. You draw a semicircle like that, a semicircle like that. Now this is the circle that you just that you just drew like that, right? Now all of these are still constructions. You're still gonna have to produce the main drawing, right? So now step number 3, now you are going to say the radius of the bigger circle plus the radius of the smaller circle, right? The radius, the radius of the bigger circle minus the radius of the smaller circle. I'm sorry about that. The radius of the bigger circle minus the radius of the smaller circle. This is going to be R35 minus R15, right? And this is supposed to give you 20, right? Yes, supposed to give you 20. To give you R20. Okay, then you open 20 on your compass. Open 20 on your compass. Now you take it and put it on the bigger circle, right? O2, the bigger circle right there, and then you draw an arc like this. And then that intersection right there, right, you're gonna call it point T, right? And then from there you're going to draw a line from here, from O2, a line passing through T and intersecting the circle right there, right? Now where they are going to intersect, it will be your T1. Just call it T1, right? Fine. And then now you draw a line from T, not T1, but T to O1, right? Like that. And then from there, you are going to draw a line from here going that way, perpendicular to this one or parallel to that one, right? Now, for now, let's do it perpendicular using the protractor. So now you place your protractor there at O1, you align 120 degrees to that line TO1, like this, right? And then you mark 90 degrees like that, right? And then you draw like that. And then that intersection right there will be T2, right? And then now you can join T1 and T2. And then this has to be a dark line. Sorry. Has to be a dark line. So now, to draw the other one on the other side, right? You don't have to redo these constructions on the other side. I'll show you a shortcut on how to do it. So since this, what is it, this position here or that tangent there will be the same as the tangent on the other side, and also this one the same on the other side, what you can do is take your set square and then you align it with that T1, right, like this, and then you mark on the other side. You mark there, call it T3 if you want. You do the very same thing for the T2. You mark on the other side, call it T4, like that. Then you join. Nothing complicated. You join, right? Now you can darken this one because now you are sure where is it supposed to be. Darken that. Oh, sorry. Something like that. Not really dark, but yours will be dark, I believe. Right. So now this is how you are supposed to draw the tangent lines. You're supposed to also show the constructions for that tangent line, right? Because when we're marking constructions, we know the drawing, we know how it's supposed to be, but then we want to know how did you get it? How did you get certain points? How did you get certain connections? You see, something like that. Okay, so now on this other side, there is a tangent arc to both these circles, right? An external tangent arcs to these circles, right? Right. So that arc on the first one that we did, I think it's number 7. It's an arc when the 2 circles are outside that arc. Now this is an arc when the 2 circles are inside that arc. So now let's start with the easier one. Let's start with this one. Well, both of them are easy, but for now we're gonna start with this one. So now we have to locate the position of the center of that arc, the arc that is supposed to touch them, right? We're gonna start from this side, not that side, this side. We're gonna locate the position of that center of the arc that is supposed to touch these two, right? So now, when you want to locate the position, we're gonna start with this, the smaller second, right? When you want to locate the position, you're gonna say, where's my, for this one, you're gonna say R15, because that one is R15. And then they say the radius of the arc that is supposed to touch these two is 30. So you say R15, and then you say plus R30, isn't it? Then this will give you R45. Then you open 45 on your compass, right? Right there. Take your compass, you place it right there on the smaller one, and then you draw an arc. I said if you don't know the position of something, I think my compass shifted. Let me confirm if it's still 45. Still 45. If you don't know the position of something, you do not use a ruler to look for it. You use a compass to locate it, right? Okay. And then for the bigger circle, you are going to say what? R35 plus R30, which gives you R65. And you measure. Right? Take this, place it right there, and then you make an arc. Now that will be the position of that center of that arc. Now they said the arc is going to be 30 in radius. You open 30. So open 30 on your compass. You place it right there in that center. Then you draw. Just like that, right? Now you can close that one, if you want. You can close that, or you can close it later, doesn't matter when. Extend. Sorry, I don't know how to put my hands without obstructing the view. Then you can join. Just like that, right there. And then on the other side, you're going to first get the tangent arc right there, right? So in order to get that one, instead of saying plus here, you're going to say minus whatever that radius that is given is, right? So now we're going to start with this one, right? For now, let me use a different pen. So we're going to start with that one. So this one, let me just use this pen that maybe you can see. This one is the R31. It's this one. Then for that one, I'm going to use the blue pen. So that one, the radius that is supposed to touch these two, they said is 100 millimeters, right? So now let's focus on this one first. So if we're focusing on this one, we are going to say R 100 minus R 15, which gives us R 85, right? Then you open 85 there. The 85, there's your 85. You place it there, and then you make an arc. Now we're trying to again find the position of the center of that radius, right? Or the arc. And then for the bigger circle, now we're moving to the bigger circle, right? Moving to the bigger circle. For the bigger circle, we are going to say R 100 minus R 35. And this gives you R 65. Open 65 there. Open 65. You place it on the bigger one like this, and then you make an arc. So right there will be the position of that center of the radius or the arc. Then now they say that the radius is supposed to be 100. You open 100 on your compass. That is 100. Then you place it right there at center, and then you are supposed to draw like this, right? Supposed to be tangent to both circles, right? Just like that. Then now you can darken that, darken this. Shouldn't be that difficult. And then you go to the other side, open dot 15 again. Just like that, right? And then here, inside there is a small circle that was given there. So now, if you can check there, they said that there's 10 diameter, right? 10 millimeters diameter, and then comma 2 holes. So that measurement is for those 2 small holes, supposed to be 10 millimeters in diameter. So that means you are going to open 5 on your compass. I don't know if my compass will open, or my compass cannot accommodate 5, right? So that means you'll need the circle stencil there if your compass cannot accommodate. Mine cannot, so I'm just gonna open 6 and just draw. Oh, sorry. Keeps moving. My compass is too big for that measurement. I hope yours will accommodate. If it doesn't, get a circle stencil. I think it works for these cases. Just like that. Okay, it's fine. And then there is a 60 millimeters diameter. Then you have to open your 30 there. In your compass, you open 30 like that. Place it there. Then you draw. Just like that. And then inside, there is a hexagon right there. Now that hexagon has been shifted a bit, right? It's off center by 15 millimeters. What is it? 15 degrees. Why am I saying millimeters? Sorry. 15 degrees, right? So now you're gonna put your protractor there, align the 180 and the 90 properly, and then you're gonna mark 15 from 90, right? 15 degrees from 90 will be there, right there. And then take you, and then like that, right? Then you can just make a faint line right there, just a faint line right there. So you're gonna have to draw your, what is it? You're gonna have to draw your hexagon facing that way in that little space, right? So now to draw a hexagon, they said one side of that hexagon is going to be 20 millimeters. Let me just confirm that. Yes, one side of that is going to be 20 millimeters. So now you open 20 millimeters on your compass like this, 20 millimeters, and then you place it there at center. Then you draw a faint line, just a faint line like that. Then you lift it and go to the intersection of that faint line and the faint circles, right? The faint circle, sorry, right there. Let me show you the position I'm talking about, right here, right? Or right here with that 20 millimeters, place it there like this, right? And then you mark there, and then mark on the other side. Then you lift it, go there. Sorry. Mark, go to the other side as well. You mark, and that should be 6 sides of that hexagon. There. 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 And there. That's it, right? So this one, I said I'm gonna put the blue one there so that you can see the difference. Ouch, I took it to the wrong place. I'm sorry. It's supposed to come here, right here. Also this, oh no, that one I really didn't take it to the wrong place. I really didn't take it to the wrong place, but it's fine. It's fine. So from here to there, yeah, I did take it to the wrong place. From here to there, disregard this one. So from here to there, that is the 100 one, right? And then from here to there, yeah, I think I did make a mistake for this one. It's supposed to be 45 then. It's all right. It really doesn't change anything as long as you've been following from the beginning. So here, what we mark is the constructions as well, right? So I know just by looking at this drawing, you can see that there is everything everywhere, right? So, but then the difference is that these lines and these lines, there is a difference between those two, right? That is what's important. So when you are drawing something like this, we are also looking for those constructions. We know the drawing, but we want to know, how did you get it, right? So you should also cater for such things. So this is how you draw that one.